Hi, this is Abhilash here. Today we are at Dhaanvi Farms, which is located around 20 kilometers from Kanakpura town and very nearby to Mekedatu and Hoginical Falls. Dhaanvi Farms is around 56-acre farmland divided into 133 farm plots. This region is surrounded by lush green forest ecosystem. Also, it is very water abundant in nature. The same features can be found in Dhaanvi Farms as well. We also have a seasonal stream which runs all along the eastern boundaries of the farm. There are two temples, very old temples, which are highly regarded by the local villagers over here. Currently, we are standing at the grand entrance of Dhaanvi Farms. The construction is almost complete. Behind me, if you can see, this is a grand majestic gate, and the boundary wall, the strong elevated boundary wall, ensures the safety and security of our co-farmers and the farms as well. Co-farmers at Dhanvi have two farm plots to choose from, 0.25 acre and 0.5 acre. Currently, we are standing at a 0.5 acre model plot. This model plot is a blueprint of all the farm plots at Dhanvi. Come, let's have a look at all the features that we have at the model plot. Currently, we are standing at the model farm plot next to a staggered trench. Now, what is a staggered trench? Staggered trench is a feature of land management and water management practices that we employ at every farm plot. These staggered trenches are 5 meter in length, 1 meter deep and 1 meter wide. The whole point of having a staggered trench serves two purposes. One, during the rainy season, the water which is collected in these staggered trenches, they stay over here and then it gets percolated into the soil, increasing the groundwater table. The second purpose of a staggered trench is summer. This staggered trench is filled with dry mulch. Now this dry organic matter which is found all across the farm is brought and dumped over here, which acts as a compost for all these plantations next to it. Next to this staggered trench, you can see there are trees planted over here. Now what happens is this compost pit actually enhances the growth of these plantations. All farm plots have a series of staggered trenches, and all these staggered trenches are of same dimensions. Currently, I am standing at a bio-swale, which is a part of water and land management practices that we employ at Dhaanvi Farms. Bioswales actually run through the contours of the farmland and they are interconnected for all the farm plots. So, if you can see this brown golden color mulch or dry organic matter which is there over here, in summers this shallow pit or shallow sized bioswale is used as a compost pit, and during rainy seasons this particular bioswale is used to capture water, hold it and then percolate it into the soil, which actually increases the groundwater. So the difference between a staggered trench and a bioswale is that a staggered trench is specific to a farm plot. On the contrary, the bioswales are actually running through the contours of the farmland across all the farm plots and increasing the groundwater table. We follow Syntropic method of plantation at Dhaanvi Farms. This actually means having lots of trees of different sizes and shapes. So tall trees, medium trees and short trees. So here we have a tall tree which is a jackfruit tree. This plant, when grows into a bigger tree, gives shade. It's also called as canopy trees. On the right hand side we have papaya, the medium tree. On the left hand side we have banana. These two trees are short-term yielding trees, approximately around 1 year. In 1 year they give us fruit yielding trees. On the right hand side you can see these are Mexican sunflowers. Mexican sunflower helps us in pollination. This is also a biomass plant. When it grows big, we actually chop and drop it and it acts as mulch. In Syntropic farming method, all the plants, tall, medium and small, they all work in harmony to create a sustainable ecosystem. All the farm plots at Dhanvi have these beautiful, colorful boundary hedges such as passion fruit and periwinkle and hibiscus as well. The whole point of having such kind of boundary hedges is to demarcate, but it also enhances the aesthetic value and the look and feel of the whole farm plot. Also, it gives us the yield in terms of fruit and medicinal plants. This is the farm center. Currently, I am sitting underneath a machan, enjoying the cool breeze on a lazy afternoon, relaxed. This is what we have to offer to our co-farmers. They also can experience the same. Farm Center has a lot to offer to all our co-farmers. Machan for the views, vegetable garden, Trellis garden, Mandala garden for continuous supply of veggies, and to upkeep the farm activities we have nursery, irrigation pond and the Goshala. We are at the Machan area. Around 90-95% of the Machan work is complete. Aesthetic enhancements are being put in place. Co-farmers can come forward and have good time with their families, having a look at the beautiful rolling hills and chirping birds. Now, currently I am standing in the middle of Mandala herb garden where we are growing herbs. Nothing in nature is linear. We are emulating, we are copying from nature, and it is in the form of a circular pattern. The second principle or the next principle what we are following is harvest and store. So here in the Mandala garden we are harvesting maximum sunlight, maximum water and maximum wind energy and storing it in the form of this herb garden. We are at the vegetable garden over here, currently at Dhaanvi Farms. We follow multiple cropping methods and along with raised beds. The companion planting method wherein we plant 3 different types of plants having different tenures. Let's say on the left hand side we have, left and right hand side we have 90 days crops, in the middle we have 60 days crops, and in between these 2 crops we have 30 days crops. So this allows a companion planting methodology to grow plants, veggies and fruits. This allows us to have a year-long supply of vegetables to our co-farmers. We don't use any kind of chemical fertilizers on this farm. All the natural fertilizers which are sprayed onto the plants and to the soil are made at the farm. All the concoctions are naturally derived from the cow dung and other organic matter and sprayed onto the plants. We are at the Trellis garden, which is also a part of the kitchen garden at Dhaanvi Farms. Here we follow the principle of permaculture, that is one thing, multiple functions. This principle states that this structure, which is also called as Trellis, is giving a structure to the gods over here and giving a partial shade to all these green leafy vegetables. This is the centralized irrigation pond. We pump out the water from our borewells and store it in this centralized irrigation pond. From this pond, the water is sent through all the farm plots through drip irrigation. Today's saplings are tomorrow's trees. Yes, you guessed it right. I am at the nursery. And here at the nursery, we use only open pollinated seeds. And what does that mean? Open pollinated seeds offers nutritious and tasty food for our co-farmers. Co-farmers also have the option of planting these saplings into their farm plot along with their families and kids. I am in the Desi Goshala. It's almost complete and ready. Majority of the ingredients of Jeevamrut, which is a natural fertilizer, is sourced from Goshala. This is a wonderful opportunity for our co-farmers and their families to come and interact with Gomatas. Currently, we are standing at the campsite at Dhaanvi Farms. There's an elevated platform which is being built for our co-farmers to come and pitch their tents. They can come and have a nice, relaxed evening. Also, dedicated restroom facilities are being put in place. Behind me, you can have a look at the construction which is happening. It's a viewpoint. All co-farmers can have the wonderful view of the rolling hills and the farm in its entirety. Next to it, there's a play area, and beyond which we have a farm retreat center coming up in place. All the paths at Dhaanvi Farms are compacted with soil and jelly so that the roads are maintained in a sustainable manner and the strength is maintained for any movement of the motor vehicle and the human movement. At Dhanvi, we have diversion drains at all the paths. The diversion drains on these paths allow the water to get diverted into the swales at the nearby farm plot. Dhanvi is just not a place to live in, it's a way of life. It is designed to help you live in harmony with nature so that you just don't experience it, you are a part of it. You've got doctors, engineers, professors, technocrats, bird enthusiasts, basically a wonderful community of co-farmers to live with. Many of them have already started building their house in nature. So come, join us and take a step towards greening life.